Hey, River family. Pastor Isaiah and Pastor Ty here. We're really excited to continue talking about The Grinch as our theme, the movie that we watched as a family and are talking about throughout the holiday season. Pastor Oz had a great sermon talking about how we all deal with some level of the orphan spirit and of rejection. Like we've all experienced that kind of pain that we saw represented, that the Grinch experienced in this movie.
Yeah.
And how we all have a call, we all have a opportunity and an invitation into family and into connection, but we often instead choose to inflict pain.
Yeah.
Right? And the biggest chunk of the movie, right, is Grinch's evil plan. Right? Like it also coincides with Cindy Lou's plan to trap Santa, but he's trying to steal Christmas, right? And that's the part that's like funny to watch and interesting and everything, but that's not important to his healing, but that's the biggest chunk of time. And a lot of us spend most of our lives in that chunk of time where we're lashing out, where we're in pain, where we're angry, where we are bitter, we're offended, and we don't even necessarily know why. Like the Grinch knew that he hated Christmas and knew that he contemplates, and we see him like thinking about the fact that it's because he was hurt, because he saw everyone else happy while he was alone, and how hurtful that was. But like that leads to this huge outpouring of anger and hatred that like I'm gonna steal, and then they'll be sad like I was.
Sure. I think the crazy thing is that even if you're in your environment and saying, I'm not hurting anyone, like I'm not trying to steal anyone's Christmas, the other side effect of the pain that he experienced was complete isolation.
Right.
I mean, he lived as far from Whoville as you could possibly live, on the top of a mountain, all by himself with his dog that he abused. And that was his way of medicating or dealing with his pain. So maybe you're at home and you're saying, man, I'm not lashing out at anyone to the best of my knowledge. Well,
right.
Are you living in isolation or are you living in community?
And he sits there and says, for 52 years, I've listened to, right? Like, so 52 years, he did nothing.
Yeah.
He just existed. And that is as bad as the lashing out, right? And our point is like if we're called to dependence, we have an identity that is part of a family that's called to something that God made you for a reason.
Yeah.
That reason isn't just to exist or survive.
100%.
Right? That there is this ability and invitation to thrive into life and to connection.
Yeah.
But you're stuck because the pain is so big, and we don't want to pretend that it's not big. That pain isn't real. That it looks like a mountain I can't climb, or a wall that I don't want to take down because this is my only defense, is being alone.
Yeah.
We understand that. But just like in the movie, there is a reality that like it shrinks your heart. It causes you to stay there as long as that is your safety of isolating.
Yeah. I think that there's a really powerful image that we see in the Grinch that's important, and that is that he observed family and connection done well.
Right.
That's what we're called to do here as the River. Like our vision is about creating healthy family and helping you reproduce that in your life. Because the reality is that every person that walks in this room has experienced pain and isolation, has some form of rejection and this orphan spirit connected to them in some way or another. And if we can demonstrate family well, then just like the Grinch, they can see that we don't need the trappings of Christmas to love each other.
Right.
And say, wait a minute, maybe I'm missing something.
They can see that Christians aren't just judgmental. They can see that maybe God actually does love everyone, right? Like the truth of what family and connection really is can be observed by someone from the outside. Not like, oh, haha, look what we have, right? Because especially in this version, so in other versions it's a little different, but in this version, like no one from Whoville ever said, leave, or we don't want you here.
Yep.
He was an orphan who wasn't chosen.
Yeah.
And then left on his own, right? So like he hadn't been attacked by any of them. He saw their cheeriness and joyfulness and whatever as attacks on him personally, right? Like, and so that reality of everyone might have been attacked by the church. They might have been cast out by Christians. They might think that God hates them. Yeah. But that doesn't change the truth, and the truth is like they can come in whenever. Yeah. And so we want to always represent that to everyone.
Yeah, so we want to encourage you two things. One, that you were not designed to be by yourself. The rejection and the pain that you've experienced is real, and we don't want to minimize that or pretend like it didn't happen. But that there is a family that God has picked for you. And if you want to, you can step into the fullness of who you are. The other side of it is you are the family that someone is called to.
Yeah.
And you have the opportunity to demonstrate in front of them what family looks like and invite them into the truth that's right in front of you.